Hi guys. So I'm going to talk about today, is your struggle worth it? Because I see this a lot in people, and I'm sorry, my little dog is just really wanting some attention right now. Is your struggle worth it? And obviously the answer is hell yes. But when you're first starting out, you don't always see that it's worth it. But on the hind end, when you look back 2020, of course, it's worth it. So my encouragement is to stay going. But is it worth it to you? Is kind of a question you're going to ask yourself in these different areas I'm going to mention on how to basically attack your plan. How do you want to eat for the rest of your life? Try different plans and see what works the best for you, and see in these different elements, I guess, can you answer the question, yes, it's worth it, on all of them in order to continue that way for the rest of your life. But before I get started, I want to show you this really cool shirt that I got from Dr. Greger. Every once in a while, if you sign up at nutritionfacts.org for the newsletter, you'll see something come out where he kind of does a fundraiser drive to get some cash for his help pay most of the people that help him find all this research and everything. So I ordered, a lot of times I get on there and they're already sold out, which sucks, but I finally got one, and here's what it says. Plants are the best medicine, and it's actually a tank kind of racer back, and it has the nutritionfacts.org logo on the back. So I'm super pumped. I love it. This is like the vintage purple, and it's so comfortable, and they've already pre-shrunk it and everything. So if you get a chance to, help him out, then do it. I mean, the shirts are a little pricey, I think, but you got to figure that they're having to take the time to get all of this printed and get together. And then the money, of course, is going for his research and stuff like that. So I don't mind paying a little bit extra if it means that someone else is going to learn about plant-based eating. So anyway, not affiliated, but I'm going to support a guy who's doing a really awesome job. And I've got my green smoothie. This is very, very green today. It has cabbage. Oh, gross. It has spinach and 3 bananas, and I have a frozen mixed fruit concoction. Like at Walmart you buy these bags at Walmart, and it has like different fruits in there, and it's called mixed fruits. That's what it's called. So on your plant-based journey, is the struggle worth it? Your struggle is going to be in different aspects and areas of your life. One is it worth it? I got my notes down here. Eating differently than your family. And I'm talking about like your spouse, your kids, and all of that. Is it worth it for you personally to eat differently than them? Because a lot of times they will not jump on board. You can kind of cook some dinners together, or maybe eat breakfast and lunch. That's easy to eat separate and eat your way. But is it worth the struggle to eat dinner together as a family and you eat something different? That was one of the hardest things for me. We did a lot of transition recipes going into plant-based eating, but after a while, like right now, I don't eat the same thing as them at all. Is it worth getting comments from your coworkers when you bring in, something that they think is weird, like these green smoothies I bring every day to work, and every day I get a comment about how green it is, how it must taste utterly disgusting, when honestly it tastes like pineapple banana. And so is it worth it to you to be able to eat that way and have them make their comments? For me, I don't care, because every single person is overweight at my work except for me. So, my boss, who comes down to my place, I run a nutrition site for the elderly. When she comes down, she's actually a plant-based vegan. Guess what? She's as skinny as I am. Ow! Oh my gosh, this dog is ripping me up. Look what she did to me. Do you see it right there? She whipped me. Anyway, is it worth eating different? Yes, it is for me. When my boss comes down, we eat the same stuff together. It'll be kind of weird that they just look at us all oddly, because of our concoctions that we've made, but it's worth it. Is it worth it to go to family get-togethers and hear all the snide remarks about, why are you eating a salad? Why aren't you eating meat? Or why aren't you eating dairy? Or why aren't you eating these desserts? Your diet doesn't work. I can't believe that you can't be getting all your nutrients. Where's your protein? And so, I heard a lot of comments from my family, a few of my friends. A lot of my friends are on board with the way I'm eating, and they love the changes that they've seen. But when you first start out, there's no seeing changes. So you actually get healthy from the inside out. And so a lot of times they won't see it because your body is healing from the inside, and then all of a sudden the things start manifesting on the outside. So they won't see it. They're going to make snide remarks. I suggest to everybody that they actually log their food on Chronometer.com, because my mom was super worried about, am I getting all my nutrients in? And I'm more worried about, is she getting all her nutrients in? Because they don't eat the best variety of food, and I eat like a wide variety of food. In fact, I try to find the weirdest, oddest things in the supermarket, and I eat those. Or I Google them to find out if they're okay to eat, and how to prepare them, what they taste like, and if I'm gonna like them. So, is it worth the snide remarks? You have to kind of decide that. Is it worth the struggle to bring your food everywhere? For me, 90% of the time, yes. I will bring my food everywhere that I can. Oh, something bit me, it's so itchy. I bring it everywhere. So I bring it to family get-togethers, or I will bring a dish there that I've made so that I can eat that. I bring it to work every single day. I pack enough food from breakfast all the way until 4 o'clock. I bring food to, like, we had a church Thanksgiving party. I brought all my food there. Summer parties, I bring my food there. For me, it's totally worth it because I feel differently when I eat this food, and I feel more vibrant and alive and light. And I know that sounds really weird, but when you get light, you'll understand what light feels like versus heavy. And so, your digestion works properly, and you just feel a whole lot different than if you were to go somewhere. However, there is still times when I do eat out. I will go to, and when I eat out, it's very sparingly, like once every couple months, and that's pretty much it. So I will eat, sorry, checking the dog. I will eat at King's Buffet, which is like a Chinese buffet restaurant. I will eat at Ponderosa because they have salad there, they have fruits, they have potatoes, they have rice. And so I will eat that stuff and just kind of go vegetarian for that day because I don't eat on purpose, creams that would probably have cheese or some sort of milk in them because that's going to cause me some digestive issues. But I don't totally stay away from the oil, the salt, and whatever. And that allows me to be able to go to a nice place with my mom and dad, or go with my family every so often Sunday. We'll go when the kids go to youth group or something if we need to bring them. Right now they're kind of driving themselves. And I eat at Hacienda. So Hacienda, I love getting their, what are they called? The sizzling fajitas. But what I get is no tortillas. So I just get the rice. I get the refried beans, which obviously would have lard in it, but it's not actual meat, so I allow that. And then I ask for pico, no guacamole because I just don't like avocado. And I get, instead of a meat option, they have a vegetable option. And so I will opt for extra vegetables. And they have actually kind of two vegetable options where they have like mushrooms and onions, and then they have like steamed vegetable type of things. And I get both of those together. And it is more than enough. And people are looking at me like I'm crazy, but I eat that entire platter and I get hungry in a couple hours because I'm used to eating that much food. So, for me, it's worth it to go vegetarian-ish, once every 2-3 months. And so, that works for me. And other people won't agree with that. There's very strict vegans, there's very strict, ethical, they don't wear anything. And I shop at thrift stores, except for this. And so, I bought a down coat. For me, I am freezing cold all the time. I'm in Indiana and I needed a coat, and my other coat wasn't working as well because now I've lost a bunch of weight. I don't have a lot of body fat. So I found a coat that had down feathers. Do I support that? No, I don't. However, this was at a thrift store and that animal died to make that coat. So I'm going to wear that coat as long as I can. So that animal died for multiple years worth of use versus throwing it in a landfill because it has down feathers. It's those things, that I'm constantly struggling with, but at the same time, I'm still trying to be conscious of the environment and the animals that did give their life. I didn't buy it from the factory. I'm not condoning that type of thing, but I am giving it a second use to prolong what life it did give. Is it worth it to you? Is the struggle worth it to fix your diseases? Some people will say no, it's not. They'll try it for 30 days. Doesn't seem to be working because obviously you heal from the inside out. You're not going to see outside you might see a little bit of weight loss, but you're not going to see acne clearing up. You're not going to see, your hair growing. You're not going to see, you might not see weight loss. You might not see any physical changes. You might not feel the best, but your body has to go through a detox period where it gets rid of everything, and then it has to start healing your gut, has to start healing all your internal organs. 30 days is nothing. You have to be on this for 6 to 9 months to see the really healing effects of it. But is it worth the struggle to maneuver and work your way through all those things for those 6 to 9 months so that you can start seeing those changes on the outside and other people as well? So you have to kind of ask yourself, is it worth that struggle? And all of these struggles are hard, and a lot of people aren't willing to do the work in order to heal themselves. They aren't willing to go through all the ridicule of everything that they need to in order to get healthy. But when you're on the other side, it's such a good feeling. And is it worth going against society? Look around. How many skinny people do you actually see anymore? Most are either overweight, obese, morbidly obese. So is it worth going against the grain? It's going to be very, very hard to not eat the same thing that 90% of the people around you are eating. That's why I'm on Facebook groups, because it helps me to stay on track. There's other people eating like me. I bounce questions off of my vegan boss. I have a couple plant-based friends. They're not quite as plant-based as I am, but they also don't have the health issues, and they're not overweight. So, it's one of those things that, is it worth the struggle to go against society? And that is one reason why I do allow myself to eat out, and I find healthier options. I could eat at Wendy's, and I could get baked potato with nothing on it, and I could get some steamed broccoli. I might do the butter. I might go ahead and I might ask him if it's vegan or if it's not, but if it's not, then I'm vegetarian. For me, that works for me. And so you have to find what works for you and pick these different areas and figure out, is it worth the struggle to do this or do that? And come up with your own plan. Follow people on YouTube. Try out Raw, try out Dr. Furman's plan. It's almost the same as Dr. Greger's plan. It's almost the same as Dr. McDougall's plan. Try out all those little plans. See if more starches works for you versus not, but at least do it for 30 days. Just YouTube your butt off and find out other people struggle with these exact same things. Where do you think I come up with ideas for these videos? It's watching other YouTubers and the struggles that they've gone through. And I'm like, I had a ton of struggles with all this stuff. I had struggles with all of these notes. That's why I wrote them down. So you have to figure out balance for you, and is it worth it for this? Is it worth it for that? So for me, if I'm asked to go out to eat, I will look at the menu ahead of time, maybe suggest a different restaurant if there's absolutely nothing I can eat. Everybody knows that I have food allergies, so they're kind of open to that. But, you know, for me, it's not worth it to not go out with my family, you know, 4 times a year or so. But it is worth it for me to go through the ridicule and the struggles with coworkers and with extended family when I bring my own food to all my functions. Because for me, that's a more often occasion. Maybe not go to the birthday parties or stuff myself silly before I go to the birthday parties. Like, to me, that's worth it. So you have to find your own, is it worth it type of thing, and ask yourself these questions as you go through your plan. So I wish you luck, and thank you so much for watching. Make sure you click subscribe and the little notification bell so that you get notified when I post new videos. And yeah, thank you so much for watching again. You can follow me on Instagram as Fit Farming Mom, Fit Farming Mom. And then Facebook Fit Farming Mama and YouTube Fit Farming Mama. So thanks again for watching.